everyone, and welcome back to Art a la Carte, and in this episode we're going to draw some Corgi dogs. So let's get started.
Pencil and some paper, and the best part is having lots of fun with Art a la Carte.
I'm going to do a couple different sketches on this Corgi, kind of going from more of a illustrated look to more cartoony. But first, what I suggest to do is get some reference photos, or maybe you have a Corgi dog, look at them and find out what makes that dog breed special. These dogs have really short legs and ginormous ears, and they're just so cute. So I'm going to block in the shape of my Corgi using just some basic shapes. A circle for the heads and circles for the body mass. I'm going to kind of make the body kind of a long oval squash shape. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in the legs. Now you'll notice that I'm drawing really lightly and really loosely. This is going to help me to get the shape rather than the line. In the beginning stages of drawing something, it's important to really focus on getting the motion and the shape rather than all these little tiny details that pop up. Because you can put a ton of time into creating a really good fur texture or really cute eyes, but if your proportions are off, then the whole picture is going to look off. So by drawing really lightly and loosely, I can begin to block in the basic features first, make sure that looks the way I want it, and then I can go back and refine the drawing down. Now this is something that not just beginning artists should do, but if you observe even professional artists draw, you'll see that the majority of them use this method of sketching, or what we call gesturing the characters in first. After I get the basic shape kind of blocked in, then I'll kind of begin to block in some of the facial features and the hair patterns and things like that. A lot of you guys ask, why do I draw with the blue color pencil? And I try to answer it as often as I can. I kind of feel like I repeat myself, but for those of you who still don't know, or maybe haven't watched videos where I've talked about it, it's just a personal preference for me. You don't need to have a blue pencil or a red pencil or a green pencil. You can use anything. I would recommend that you do use a pencil rather than a pen, especially with this sketching or gesturing stage, because it's really hard if you can't go back and erase the lines that you've gestured. You want to be able to clean your art up, and if you draw with ink, that can be really challenging. So I use a Cool Erase color pencil that's erasable, and that just works best for me. Now you'll notice also as I'm drawing these legs, I'm drawing them really short and kind of stubby legs. And again, this is just taking it off of different reference photos and other Corgis that I've seen. Once you have the basic shape down, you can spend as much time as you want refining the lines out. But once it's where you want it to be, you can then move on to stage 2, which is going to be inking in or refining your lines. I'm going to ink it in using my brown ink pen, but you could use, any other ink pen, or just use a darker line and kind of crisp up those lines. That's fine if you just want to use pencils all the way through this. To indicate the fur, I'm going to use slightly little jagged lines around some of the areas that bend. I want to create kind of a short-haired or smooth-haired dog, so I'm not going to make it really fluffy. If you were doing a really super hairy, fluffy dog, I would use lots of little flowing lines everywhere. But because I want to make this look like a short-haired, kind of smooth-haired dog, I'm just going to keep a nice straight line until I get to places that curve. Then I'll have a little kind of jagged line to kind of show disruption in the fur pattern. So around the cheeks, around the hindquarters, and again where gravity kind of pulls down. So you'll see those jagged lines going around the underside of the belly and on the chest, kind of showing how the gravity is pulling down the fur a little bit, and you can see the ends of the fur there. Once I've added all the ink detail that I want, I'll go in with an eraser, erase the lines I don't want anymore, and then move on to stage 3, which is coloring. Now for coloring, you can use anything really. You can use markers, crayons, color pencils. If you have it on painting paper, you could even paint. That's totally an artist preference, what we use to color things. You could even scan this into your computer and color it digitally. I'm going to use some markers to add in some color here. I'm not going to go for a finished look. I'm just kind of sketching and doing a study of Corgis, maybe to do a more finalized or creative piece later on. It's nice to just sketch them out and kind of get a feel for things. So this is my first Corgi, and again, I tried to keep it more illustrated, not super hyper-realistic, but I'm not going for super cartoony either. But now I want to go ahead and change things up and make a few more sketches that might be a little bit more cartoony. So I'm going to reduce the shapes a little bit and try to add a little bit more characteristics. As far as the measurement in comparison to the ears, I'm going to shrink the body mass and enlarge the ear mass just to kind of play off the Corgi ears being so cute and pointy and big and everything. And because I want this more cartoony, I'm going to outline this in a darker ink. If you have strong outlines, it automatically kind of cartoonifies your drawing. So let's do another one. This time I'm going to push myself to just try a few different things, and you're going to find some things work better than others. This one I used some really pointy ears. I didn't end up really liking the pointy ears as much as I like kind of the rounded pointy ears, but it's going to try different things because you never know what's going to work until you try it out. These are just 3 different sketches that I did of corgis, and again, if I was going to do more of a cartoon or a character design of a corgi, I would do a ton of these. I would just fill up pages, and again, you don't want to draw the same thing over and over and over. I want to draw a corgi, but I don't want to make it look exactly the same throughout each of my drawings, like I'm repeating as a photocopy machine each entire picture. I want to change a few things up and try to find the style or the look for the character that fits best. Well, I hope you found this video helpful in maybe drawing corgis or creating your own original characters. So let me know in the comment section below if there is an animal or dog breed that you would like to see a video on. And who knows, I might use that in an upcoming video. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And as always, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And as always, God bless you guys. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye. So there I've got the gemstone that my dragon's going to be sitting on or kind of guarding. It's his treasure, or maybe her treasure, I don't know.